Let us talk about some difference between the distance and the displacement. Take down distance and displacement. So, what are the differences between distance and the displacement? Distance is equal to the length of actual path traveled by an object, whereas a displacement is the shortest distance. It is the shortest distance between the initial and final position. Between initial and final position of the object. Whereas here we don't worry about the initial and the final position, but when we define displacement, you have to consider the shortest distance between the initial and the final position. For example, a car is starting from A and goes here, okay, up to B, then comes back to C. So it travels like this and comes back here. So what is the distance? The distance traveled is AB plus BC, is it not? So this is the distance. Whereas for the same thing, the displacement is, where is the initial position? Initial position is A. Final position C. Therefore, the displacement is the final position minus initial position. It is not, that is nothing but say AC. So this is the shortest distance. How we get this shortest distance as a displacement? Displacement is a vector quantity where magnitude and direction is there. Whereas distance is a scalar quantity. A scalar quantity where we talks about only the magnitude. Magnitude. Okay. And that is why, for example, I start from A, the car goes here up to B. So you have to consider the AB first, AB vector, and comes back to C. So it has reversed the direction. It is not, so it has reversed. So it is the BC, means it is reversed. Okay. So this is a vector BC reversed. And that is why you have to consider only the AC is the net displacement. Okay. In the case of a circular path, what is distance? What is displacement? Circular path. This is distance. This is displacement. So if you consider the distance in a circular path, it goes like this. For example, it has started from A and coming again to A. So 2 pi r is the distance, which is nothing but the circumference. Whereas in this case, it has started from A and again reaches A. Okay. So the net displacement is 0. Do you understand this? Okay. For example, let me consider another round. See, for instance, it starts from A in a circular path, travels like this, and it goes one round. Then it adopts another round. Okay, second round, third round, and it goes to fourth round also. But when it goes to fourth round, it starts just 50% only. Are you able to follow? So it has started. So it makes three rounds, and after that, fourth round is just a half of the circle. So in that case, what is the total distance traveled here? So here, three rounds and a half round. So 3.5 rounds. It means a three round. So three round means 3 into 2 pi r. Is it not? So this is 6 pi r. Is it not? And a half round means pi r. This is half round. So the total distance traveled is the total distance traveled in 3.5 rounds means 3 into 2 pi r and a half 2 pi r, that is pi r. So totally 7 pi r, where r is the radius. Okay, but in this case, now it makes one round A, again second round, again third round. Now in the fourth round, that is, it has stopped to 50% only. Now in this case, what is the displacement? The first round means it has come again to the original position, initial to this one position. So it is 0. Second round also 0 displacement. Okay. Third round, that is also 0 displacement. And fourth round, it makes a round like this. And what is the shortest distance? AB, which is nothing but the diameter. Are you able to follow? So you can declare that the displacement in this case is AB, which is nothing but 2 or the diameter of the circle. So do you understand the difference between distance and the displacement? Distance can be positive. It cannot be 0, not equal to 0. It cannot be negative also. Which one? The distance. Whereas displacement is, it can be positive or negative or 0 also. Okay. So distance is equal to the displacement in a linear path in the same direction. But it can be equal or less than that distance, but cannot be more than that distance. Okay. So I think these 4 points are more than sufficient for you to distinguish between distance and displacement. So are you able to understand? Now, we know something about the velocity. What do you mean by velocity? Velocity is nothing but displacement divided by time. If it is speed, it is distance traveled divided by time. So velocity is a vector quantity. Why? Because displacement is a vector quantity. Whereas speed is a scalar quantity, because distance is a scalar quantity. Do you understand this point? And when you take speed is equal to distance divided by time, now you can rearrange this. Distance is also equal to speed into time. Similarly, displacement in this case is equal to velocity into time. So for velocity, the unit is meter per second. Why? Because it is the distance traveled divided by time. Okay. Now let me consider a problem based on distance and displacement and also velocity. Take down. A boy travels 5 kilometer. Boy travels 5 kilometer towards north. Then turns to right. Turns to right. And travels another 5 kilometer. Another 5 kilometer before coming to rests. Before coming to rests. Now you have to calculate the total distance traveled by the boy. And the total displacement. So you had to find out both. Now listen. Always draw some reference diagram for any physics or chemistry problems. Okay. Now given 5 kilometer towards north, you know very well how to indicate the direction. Head is north and right side is always east. Okay. So naturally the down is south, the left is west. Is it clear? Now, how the boy is traveling? That is, he is traveling 5 kilometers towards north. So there is some origin position. Let us say this is the x-axis, this is origin O. So from here, and of course this is north, this is east, and this is south, and this is west. So he has traveled 5 kilometer. So O to A, 5 kilometer northward. Okay, and turn again right. Turn right means this side. So 5 kilometer. He has traveled once again 5 kilometer. Okay, and before coming to rest, so he did not move further. Are you able to follow? No further movement. He has stopped. So he has started from O to A and then to B. So he starts like this, OA and AB. This is the direction. Are you able to follow? Right. Now we had to calculate the distance. This is 5 kilometer, this is 5 kilometer. So totally how much? 10 kilometer. So distance traveled, the total distance traveled by the boy is this OA plus AB, is it not? Therefore, OA is how much? 5 kilometer. AB is also 5 kilometer. So totally he has traveled 10 kilometer. So this is the total distance. Do you understand this? Okay. Then what about displacement? Displacement. As far as displacement is concerned, we need to consider only the shortest distance from the initial and final position. Is it not? So this is the shortest distance, and not only that, from final to initial position. Initial position. So in that case, which is the final position? This is the final position. Let me call it S2, final position. This is S1. So S2 minus S1, is it not? So it means BA minus, S2 minus, not S2 minus. This is the distance between these, shortest distance between these two position means this will be the shortest distance, is it not? So this is displacement. Okay. Therefore, the displacement is what? OB. This is nothing but OB. So how can you find out this OB? We can apply Pythagoras theorem, because when you turn right means right angle. So this is right angle. So displacement is the hypotenuse, is it not? So we can apply Pythagoras theorem here. Therefore, OB is nothing but what? That is OB squared is equal to hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared, is it not? Therefore, AB squared plus OA squared, is it not? Therefore, what is OB squared? AB squared, 5 squared. OA squared, that is also 5 squared. So 25 plus 25, 50. That is 2 into 25. This is OB squared, is it not? So OB is equal to the square root of 50, is it not? That is nothing but square root of 2 into 25, that is 5 root 2. Okay. Clear? So for root 2 value, it is a 2.256. You can multiply by 5. Based on that, you can do it. Root to 1.414. 5 is 2.256. So 5 into, what is root 2? 4 and 4. So 5 fours are 20, balance to 5, 7 and 4. How much? 20 balance to 5, 7. So 7.07. So he has traveled 7.07 kilometer. Okay. Whereas the distance is 10 kilometer. So do you find out the difference between these two? Okay. Right. Next sum.